Thank you all for joining me today. I know it's a busy and crazy time out there, or in your house or in your life right now. I'm hoping that this message today will reach you at the appropriate time and give you the appropriate guidance or solace to make that space to look at the good, the bad, and the ugly that all happen every day for you. But maybe today you're having some measure of bad, some measure of ugly, maybe a smattering of good. Regardless of when you take on this message from me to you, remember, I'm not teaching you or giving you anything you don't already have. Like the Tin Man in that movie. Can't give him what he already has. I can't give you what you already have. We already have that quality, that instilled quality from our Creator called resilience. I'm just here to remind myself, to acknowledge my author, my Creator, and then to share with you what I've been able to continue to learn today in this moment. And hopefully it does help you on your journey today. This is part 2 of that hating a memory, and maybe a memory of maybe not so much how much you love yourself. So I mentioned in part 1, and I was not reprimanding you or pointing a finger in your eye. It is for me to ask myself why I have not reminded myself of my own love to myself. And to ask myself further, what prevents me from sharing that honestly, openly, genuinely with myself before I'm being pushed to do that through a lost deal in business, a lost job, another divorce. When that happens, those kind of things happen, or in addition, going to the hospital for a routine checkup end up being open heart surgery. Those kind of things will focus your attention on the present moment very quickly and without any hesitation. I have to ask myself, have I forgotten to do that without being coerced or nudged or shoved into that reality of this present moment? Yes, I have. If you have also, just consider a way forward through that. I'm asking you to go with me or go without me, but taking this idea about looking inside yourself, questioning yourself, and then accepting not the answer or even an answer. You're accepting after you ask that genuine, sincere, original, and curious question of yourself and to your higher power. You then accept the answer energy of the environment you have created now. No, we have produced now with that kind of question. You didn't create anything, but you've now produced another perspective for yourself to consider what answer energy or indications or images or sounds or senses you're now getting from answering yourself that kind of question. This is for the consideration of listening to yourself for that quiet whisper and in that pure space that doesn't need to be certified or authenticated or approved as truth from outside of you. I mentioned before, and you've probably heard this 1,000 times about whatever you're doing, good, bad, or ugly, you start from where you are. But you have to concern and consider and verify where you are. Meaning not status in life, money in your pocket, big car in the driveway. No, where you are with the essentials for what you need and not what you want. So when I asked you to consider voicing, writing, typing, or citing these kind of original, sincere questions to yourself, that helps you maybe build some infrastructure, some guidelines, some scaffolding, if you will, about what is supporting you on this message, this mission. So those kind of questions will lead you to accepting the truth and not the topical covering, not the layers, not with those temporary applause or pats on the back about how good you are, because that supports what you want to hear. But you have not heard the truth because, one, you have not asked those kind of questions. Two, you haven't listened without minimizing the balance levels of ego and fear. And that is the point and a space for you to exploit, to get into, not to get to. But then, lastly, on presence. As a follow-up on presence, regardless of your preferred focus, that is past, future, or now, I ask you to commit to that with your presence, your applied awareness and attention of your beauty as you lead yourself. So now, what if you were to actively decide that all this talk about the now, the present moment, is too out there and too hard to understand? Okay, that's fine. Nothing is for everyone. And actually, I mean that in two ways. But when you decide that, then you are seeking the better of the future or the best of the past that you have to now recreate or relive. Meaning that you would have to sustain that old future or future buzz or static that compares to or exceeds the former or the next. You'll have to choose the entertainment to satisfy you more and more, faster, brighter, louder, bigger. But at what point do you have enough to not need or want more of the better or more of the best? Even your pursuit of the new or better in comparison to what you have now or had before, because you can't get to the future part in the analysis yet. How can you get to what you have now better than those, or for those special picture perfect moments that you realize they happen less now and not more often? So now you have to put more effort to get back to that nirvana. Just look at the silliness of that, getting back to something, to a location or condition or experience that has passed into the past and that cannot be reached as a destination in the future you know that it has for you. Even the future version of a destination is impossible. How can you get to your destination in the future and be in that ahead of you or go back to your past? Consider again the possibility of feeling and placing your presence in the present moment, in the now, or today, if you need a definition. You will find a bit more clarity and peacefulness in this option. This practice can illuminate you to those diminishing returns of investing in fear and ego-driven objectives, and then introduce you or reintroduce you to the appreciation of more value and beauty from a simpler, smaller movement of perspective on what you already have, would already need and want, and without having to go anywhere. Just think about it, okay? I mean, don't think about it. Observe, consider, and communicate how you feel about how you love yourself in your memory. Pay attention. Stay present. Stay current. Wherever you are, right now, it is 8:20.